So here we have 29608 Princes Hwy in Glenburnie, less than 10 minutes drive to the CBD of Mount Gambier. It's a 13.5 acre property that's perfectly set up for a hobby farmer or horse enthusiast, which the current owners have used it for. Current owners have done a lot of work throughout the yards and inside the main house itself over the last 6 years that they've had the property. It's situated across 8 separate paddocks. The main house block is about 3.5 acres, and then 8 separate paddocks that you'll see shortly. The front couple here, the trough is manually fed. The remainder of the paddocks have 2 troughs that run off of the main bore. Again, really well set up for horses that they've had on the property for the entire time that they've owned it. It's really greened up over the last couple of months since the original photos for the property were taken back in February. We'll have a look at the shedding and the setup of the property shortly. You can see the little enclosure there for the bore. That's where that one's situated. And we'll have a look through this double bay garage shortly, which was the original dwelling on the property many years ago. The shed at the rear of the home here was constructed by the current owners, and we'll take a look through that shortly. This is one of the troughs that are fed off of that bore. There's also a main hose line just near that horse enclosure there for washing down horses or livestock, and then there's another trough in this rear paddock. Boundary line goes down to that first group of trees you can see there in the background, and the rear paddock there's about 2.8 acres, and they got about 170 bales of hay off of that one last season, which is great for the horses. This is the back boundary line here on the corner. Small rainwater tank here just for manual use. This is the shed. As you can see, a bit of a rainy day today while taking the footage. So just over 3 metres clearance. The Kubota tractor here that you can see is an option with the purchase as well. It's only done just over 150 hours. Is an option with the purchase of the property. That comes with a slasher, sprayer and seeder unit. So that's a Kubota tractor. They spent a bit over $30,000 and asking for, basically with the property they're looking for $350,000 in total to include this tractor with it. Power and lighting in the shed. The yards on the house block themselves, so quite a great setup. They've got the greenhouse here, quite a number of fruit trees, so that includes a few different lemon trees, apple, pear, plum, nectarine, fig, orange. There's also a chook run or a dog run here and a garden shed. And at the rear of the property, or the main house block here, we can see the hay shed just here. And the tree line here at the back corner of the property, that's actually on the neighbouring property side. So that's the boundary line of this part of the property. So plenty of room for hay storage. As mentioned before, the current owners have done a heck of a lot of work around the gardens and the yards here to create the garden beds and really establish the yards. The rainwater tank here isn't connected to the main house. It could be done quite easily, but the house itself runs off the bore through the water softener. You can see it's running on bottled gas supply. We'll have a look through the house shortly, which will show exactly what that runs, but the bore water runs through the water softener, instant gas hot water, really good bore water quality here. There's another rainwater tank there which runs off of the shed for manual supply. As mentioned, this stone dwelling here would have been the original dwelling of the house. So mains power runs into that little corner box there that you would have seen, but there's separate switchboard that goes into the house here. Current owners have added the veranda around the outside here, or the decking I should say, as well as re-stumped the whole property as well. So you can see the switchboard here into the main dwelling. And a lot of rain. This is the stone double garage, so plenty of room for the cars with power and lighting. Great storage and workshop area here as well. And even more storage at the rear here. With what would have been the original kitchen. So there's no ceiling, but you can see it is insulated. It's a great area here that could even see some improvement. You could use this as a teenager's retreat, or even I suppose a man cave, so to speak. You can see it's a bit of a rainy day in here. House itself, so we've got the main lounge area here, reverse cycle air conditioning, we've got ceiling fans in the lounge area, nice open plan space that opens out onto the decking that we just came from. So this faces south out to the main road, which is quite a distance away from that main road there. You can't hear a heck of a lot. This is the front entrance, which rarely gets used on a property like this. Coming through into the kitchen, so this has all been fully updated in the last few years. So centre island there will stay. We've got gas cooktop off those bottles. Electric oven there. Great little pantry space, plenty of storage there. So rear entrance to the property, you come in through the laundry, and then a great change that the current owners have made, they made it a separate entrance through into the bathroom here. So if you're working outside, you can go straight through into the bathroom area. So shower space there. And the vanity unit there. It's the master bedroom. So ceiling fan in here. The cupboards here will likely stay. They suit the space quite well. They're not built in as such, but they suit the space quite well, and the current owners are happy to leave those with the property. Bedroom number 2 of a very similar size. So all carpeted, curtains, blinds, as you can see, and the cupboards here would also stay as well. Bit more storage, so we've got the linen press. And then another storage cupboard here for cleaning and extra items. And the third bedroom, which they use as a storage and office space, as you can see. House itself is about 30 years old. As mentioned, it's had pretty much a complete redo throughout the home. It's been re-stumped recently. Kitchen and bathroom is near new. Carpets are near new. It's a really great setup here. So the asking price is $340,000. As mentioned, 350,000 would include that tractor and all the attachments with it. Beautiful setup for a horse property or horse enthusiast. It's not far from Mount Gambier. You'll struggle to find a property with these kind of features and the amount of improvements that the current owners have done. 8 paddocks, 13.5 acres, 10 minutes from Mount Gambier. Beautiful setting. It's got everything you need to make this place a home. If you've got any more questions, please get in touch. Elders Real Estate, Mount Gambier, 0422 156363. My name's Alistair, and thank you for watching.